Ladies and gentlemen, I now can confirm that Man of Steel from 2013 is Zack Snyder's Magnum Opus. Hi, welcome back to the channel. Yeah, I got a chance to revisit this particular Superman. Why did I start with this one? Well, because I don't own I don't own any of the Christopher Reeve Superman films, and I don't own Superman Returns. Now, going forward, this film is on another level. I think the Snyder's DC universe started off hot and heavy, and along the way it lost me with Justice League. Wonder Woman was okay, and then it went in all sorts of directions. But that's a topic for another day. But yeah, today in this review, I'm just going to focus on Man of Steel. I'm going to start off with the positives. But first, consider subscribing to the channel. Give this video a thumbs up. It really helps in the long run. Thank you so much. Henry Cavill, perfect casting. As we all know, he's still talked about to this day. And it's a darn shame that he didn't get a sequel. I mean, sure, he was in Batman vs. Superman, but we're not talking about that movie today. This deserves all the love in the world, all the love and the appreciation in the world. I could tell just by the visual effects, the heart that is Henry Cavill. Zack Snyder put a lot of love into this movie. You could tell. He's one of us. He's one of us. If you could tell from his filmography, from Watchmen to 300, he's just one of us. Comic book person. And with that in mind, I'm going to start off with some of the positives. Visual effects, stunning. I don't know why he continued to make his films more grounded, but this one is the most eye-popping, eye candy in his universe. The world building, it's all over the place, but we'll talk about that in the negatives. The suit, the atmosphere, or the tone going into this movie. The Hans Zimmer theme sprinkled throughout the movie is magnificent. Yeah, this movie still holds up from a visual standpoint. I actually wrote a review on my Letterboxd regarding this movie from last night, and here's what I wrote. Yep, this is most certainly Zack Snyder's magnum opus. It's exciting, bold, and good at delivering cinematic comic booky action. Before I get into my negatives, I'll say that the casting of Henry Cavill was perfect. Everything about him says leader. The theme by Hans Zimmer is masterful as it's sprinkled throughout the movie. Alright, now on to my negatives. On the downside, the story jumps around too much. Also, there's a lot of juggling with characters, and didn't feel like some of them didn't need much screen time. In the end, it's worth watching and worth owning. Yeah, back to my negatives. Yeah, it seems like the movie starts off on a trajectory and then just jumps into the future. Like, for instance, where young Clark Kent is a kid, he's doing so-and-so, and then we jump years later to an adult Clark Kent, and I just don't like those time jumps. They happen too often in the movie. And then it takes me out of the fun. It takes the fun out of the movie for me, and the editing choices here are just baffling to me. And this movie could have been cut down, 20-30 minutes. We didn't need a whole plot centered around Lois Lane. Lois Lane's played by Amy Adams. She does okay. She's not memorable. It's not about her so much. Yeah, she's important to the Superman universe. But here it's just I don't know. I don't want to say she's miscast, but she's not very entertaining. I mean, we're not here to see her particularly. We want to see Superman flying in the sky. We want to see his laser eyes. We want to see him kick ass. And so Amy Adams, her time should have been cut short. Just saying. I mean, I like the moments where she's working at the Daily Bugle, Daily Planet. Now, another disappointment, another say another not another unnecessary thing is the time spent with the Kents, specifically Diane Lane. She plays the mom of Clark Kent. A lot of time spent with her. Again, it's not needed. Just give her 10 minutes on screen and call it good. But it is what it is. Now on to now back to the positives. There's two main scenes I really enjoyed in this movie. And it's the opening scene. We get a good representation of Krypton in the opening scene. And we get our first look at Russell Crowe as Jor-El, Clark Kent's, or Kal-El's real father. And he gets time to shine. He's very serious and demanding and cool all at the same time. Now the look to the world that of Krypton, it reminded me of Star Wars meets the prehistoric era. It's got all sorts of creatures and dinosaurs and flying things. It's all that cool stuff. Now we also get to meet for the first time baby Kal-El. Now he's adorable. Eventually there is a problem that occurs on Krypton that eventually Krypton meets its demise. And we also get introduced to Michael Shannon, who is a favorite actor of mine, by the way. If you haven't heard of Michael Shannon, or you have, check out his filmography. He's got a really good filmography, a lot of dramas. He plays General Zod. He's got an agenda of his own. And ultimately he becomes a villain and wants to take over the world, blah, blah, blah. Now, that's one scene I liked. Another scene is when Clark Kent discovers this spaceship, alien spacecraft that has, and that's where he gets his suit, and that's where he meets his father, and he gives him the knowledge he needs to become the Man of Steel. And that's another takeaway from this movie. It's one of the best scenes in the movie, in my opinion. Guys, leave your comments down below. Have you seen Man of Steel? What grade do you give it? Give me your rating. Give me your comments. Leave the comments below, guys. Love to hear from you. So yeah, as far as Man of Steel goes, I think this is one of, I'm debating whether putting Man of Steel 1 or 2 against Zack Snyder's 300 movie. But yeah, I think I'm going to put it at number 1 and then 300 number 2. All in all, guys, this is a solid movie. A bit lengthy, well over 2 hours. I got a chance to see it in theaters. It wasn't as memorable. When you see a movie in theaters, there's a big difference between watching a movie exclusively in theaters and, in the comfort of your own home. I think this movie deserves multiple is rewatchable, has rewatchability. Guys, in the end, I'm going to give this movie an A-. Guys, thank you so very much for watching me ramble on for this review. Anyway, guys, stay tuned for more content very soon. Take care. Folks, if you like this video, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It really helps out in the long run. Dark Room Reviews, it's the place you should be subscribed to. Join the channel. It's free.